Okay. So come to illustration number 1. Can you see illustration number 1? Mr. A, aged 35 years, submits the following particulars pertaining to the assessment year 25-26. His income from salary is computed. You don't have to do anything, they have computed. Loss from letter property. Okay. Next one is business loss 1 lakh rupees and bank interest FD received 80,000. So this is his income from other sources. Compute the total income of Mr. A for the assessment year 25-26, assuming that he has exercised the option of shifting out and he is under the default tax regime, meaning that he is following 115 BSE, he is not following 115 BSE. Okay, no? So see, here I will say that he is not following 115 BSE. 115 BAC he is not following, and here I will write he is following 115 BSE. Okay, no? If he is following 115 BSE. Now, if there are any changes, the change is only for set off of house property loss. There is no change anywhere else. Okay, so if I don't follow 115 BSE, I will follow normal things. Can I set off my house property loss from salary? Yes. Can I set off my house property loss from my other sources also? Yes, I can set off my house property loss from any head, but to the extent of maximum 2 lakhs. But wait, if I set off my house property loss from my other sources, what will happen? Other sources income will vanish. Now, even if business loss is there, the business loss cannot be set off in that case, because the business loss can be set off against any head except salary. So if I have the option to set off the house property loss against salary, I will choose that option and I will set off my house property loss against salary. No? Yes or no? I will save my other sources income so that my business loss can be set off against that. Yes or no? So what I will do, from my salary, 4 lakhs, I will set off my house property loss, but the loss was 2,20,000. Can I set off my house property loss against any head? Yes. Against salary also? Yes, but to the extent of maximum 2 lakhs. So I will set off 2 lakh rupees of house property loss against my salary income. Now my salary income remaining will be 2 lakhs. Now tell me, will I still have 20,000 rupees of house property loss available with me? Yes. Now this cannot be set off against any other head, because up to 2 lakh I have set off. Now this remains, this I will carry forward. So what I will do, I will carry forward my 20,000 rupees of house property loss. I will carry forward my 20,000 rupees of house property loss, and this carry forward will happen as per section 71B. Now tell me, how much is the taxable income under the head house property? 0. There was a loss which I have set off, and there is no taxable income under the head house property. So house property head will be nil. Do I have PGBP? Yes. PGBP I have 1 lakh rupees of loss. Can I set off that 1 lakh against my 80,000? Yes or no? So now under the head PGBP I don't have any income, any taxable income. Under the head PGBP I have a loss of 1 lakh. And that 1 lakh I will set off against other sources. Yes or no? But can I set off fully or only to the extent of 80? So this 80 will vanish, and 1 lakh, out of this 1 lakh, 20,000 will still remain. So for me, my salary income is 2 lakhs. My house property income is nil. My PGBP income is nil. Do I have any capital gains? No. Capital gains also nil. IFOS I had 80,000 FD interest. Against that, I am setting off my 1 lakh rupees of business loss. Yes or no? And by setting off, the taxable IFOS income remains nil and 20,000 loss still remains. Did you understand? That 20,000 loss, this was my house property loss which I carried forward as per 71B, and this was my normal business loss. Normal business loss which I will carry forward as per section 72. Okay, but to carry forward this loss, my return for this year must be filed on or before the due date. But to carry forward that 71B loss, house property loss, there is no requirement to file my return on or before the due date. Yes or no? So now tell me, do you have all the heads income? Yes. Salary head 2 lakh. House property nil. PGBP nil. Capital gain nil. And IFOS also became nil. So how much is your total income now? Do you have 2 lakh rupees of total income? And this 2 lakh will be your total income if you don't follow 115 BAC. Now, on the right hand side, if you follow 115 BAC, I will change the color so that you come to know that the calculations are separate. Okay? Come, tell me. Do I have 4 lakh rupees of salary income? Yes. Now, I cannot set off this 2,20,000 loss to the extent of 2 lakh it was available. Yes or no? So, what I will do, here I will write 2,20,000. This was my loss from house property cannot be set off up to 2 lakhs against any head and also not allowed to be carried forward since I am following 115 BSc. Yes or no? So from your salary now it will not be adjusted. Now that 2,20,000 entirely will lapse. It will lapse. So if you are ready that your house property loss should lapse, follow 115 BSc. Pay tax on 4 lakhs. Now tell me, what will be your taxable income under the head salary? 4 lakh. No loss set off. What will be your taxable income under the head house property? Nil. What will be taxable income under the head PGBP? It will be nil because PGBP is having a loss. And that loss very well I can set off against my IFOS. Yes or no? To the extent of 80. There is no restriction even if I follow 115 BSc. Sir, tell me, what will be my capital gain? It will be nil. What will be my IFOS? It will be 80,000. But against that, will I set off my 1 lakh rupees of business loss? Yes, sir. Now, after setting it off, my taxable income will be nil. But do I still have 20,000 rupees? Wait, Do I still have 20,000 rupees business loss? So now this 20,000 rupees of business loss which remains, this is my normal business loss will be carried forward under section 72. So only change happened where in the case of house property loss. Rest everything is same. Can you see? So what will be my taxable income here now? Now what will be my total income? Come on, tell me. It will be 4 lakhs. So if I don't follow 115 BSc, my total income is 2 lakhs. And if I follow 115 BSc, my total income is 4 lakhs. They have not told you, tell us which one is better. So don't try to act over smart. Okay? No need to tell them which one is better. Tell them that this is the total income, this is the total income. That's it. You will not get extra marks for over smartness. If the examiner is, angry, he'll cut the 2-3 marks for your over smartness. See, 2 lakh, I also got 2 lakhs. The presentation you will do in the same manner in which they have done. Okay, no? But no need to write down all these big notes. Write down everything in very short. Okay, these big notes institute always gives in the study mat, so that the people who are doing the self study, they should know what is exactly happening for them to read. But in our main solutions, we are not supposed to write down this much big notes. Wherever necessary, write down notes, but very small, short and sweet notes. Okay. Now coming to question number 2. Question number 2. See, if you have an option to set off short-term loss against long-term gain as well as short-term gain, against which you will set off first? Short-term loss can be set off against short-term gain also. It can be set off against long-term gain also. So against which gain you will set off your short-term loss first? Always against short-term gain. Because if you will set off against long-term gain will vanish. Now what if you have a long-term loss? Will you be able to set it off against short-term gain? No, na. So always short-term against short-term first. Long-term against long-term first. After setting off long-term loss from long-term gain, if still long-term gain remains, from that still your short-term loss can be set off. Getting my point, sir? Okay, now tell me. Mr. B is a resident individual, furnishes the following particulars. Income from salary computed, income from house property, positive or negative? It is negative. So there is a loss of house property. Income from non-speculative business. Non-speculative business means normal business. Okay, no? And income from speculative business, negative 4,000. Short-term capital loss you are having. Long-term capital gain you are having. Okay. What is the total income chargeable to tax? Very easy question. Very easy. Assuming that pays tax under 115 BSc, meaning 115 BSc followed. If 115 BSc followed, no, your long-term loss cannot be set off against any head to the extent of 2 lakhs. But see, your house property loss cannot be set off. Your house property loss cannot be set off against any head to the extent of 2 lakhs. Yes or no? But that house property loss can be still set off within the head. There is no restriction on set off within the head. Restriction only if you set off against other heads. Yes or no? So do you have any other house property income? The answer is no. The entire loss you tried to set off within the house property head, which you could not set off. Now this is a loss of house property head. To the extent of 2 lakh, it was available for set off. But you cannot set off against any other head also, because you are following 115 BSc. So can I say this 24,000 loss not allowed to be set off and carried forward. So ignore this loss now. You will give a note that since the assessee is following 115 BSc, hence the house property loss which was available for set off against any head to the extent of 2 lakhs amounting to rupees 24,000 has not been set off. It is ignored. Full stop. Will you be able to write down this note? Okay, very good. Now you have a non-speculative business loss. This is a loss of your normal business. So can your normal business loss be set off against your salary income? No, no chance. Can your speculation business loss, can it be set off against can it be set off against salary head? No. Can it be set off against long term capital gains? No. So definitely this 4,000 of speculation business loss you will carry forward under section 73, provided you file your return on or before the due date. Done, no sir? Now let's talk about short term capital loss. 25,000 short term capital loss you have. Can you set off that loss against your long term gain? See, wait, your normal business loss also you can set off against long term gain, but not before. Not before the inter-source set off of that head. Yes or no? First you will set off what? The short term loss against long term gain. Then if long term gain remains, against that you can set off your normal business loss. Yes or no? If you will set off your normal business loss against capital gains, hello, will there be any capital gains remaining to set off your short term loss? No, na. Then you will have to carry forward that. First what we do, first we finish the head. Then from that head whatever income remains, from that income other head loss can be set off. Now you have a house property, now you have a PGBP head loss amounting to 22,000 from a normal business. That can be set off against long term capital gain. That can be set off against capital gain head. But first finish the capital gain head, no? Now tell me, can you set off your short term loss against long term gains? So this will wipe out and this will still remain. How much? 6,000. Can I say now this 6,000 rupees of short term capital loss cannot be adjusted against any head, and this 22,000 rupees of business loss also cannot be set off against any head. Salary is there, but against salary you cannot set off these two losses. So this will be carried forward under section 72 and this will be carried forward under section 74. So what will be your total income chargeable to tax for this year? Only rupees 45,000, because all the heads are gone. So only the salary income remains. House property nil, PGBP nil, capital gain nil, IFOS nil. So how much is your total income? 45,000. And which are those losses for this year which are eligible for carry forward? Number one, 22,000 business loss. Number 2, 4,000 rupees speculative business loss. Number 3, short term capital loss 6,000. You will give a list in the note saying that these losses cannot be adjusted in this year, will be eligible for carried forward under these sections provided the return of income for this year is filed on or before the due date. Finish. Very difficult question, no sir? Hello? Difficult? Made easy, sir. If you are having a loss in house property in 23-24, which you have carried forward in this year, you are following 115 BSc in this year. Okay, so you are ignoring. No, you are not supposed to ignore that. Whatever brought forward losses are there, they are supposed to be set off against your current year's house property income. Hello, sir. But the current year loss, which was supposed to be set off against other heads to the extent of 2 lakhs, that will not be allowed. Its carry forward will also not be allowed. The losses which you have brought forward, and they will be set off against your current year's house property income. Current year house property loss will be set off against current year house property income. Brought forward losses of house property will be set off against house property income. There is no restriction on that. But the current year house property loss, which you were setting off against other heads to the extent of 2 lakhs, that will not happen. And if you cannot do that, you cannot carry forward also. Current year house property loss, they are talking. Done? Next. Question number 2 done. See, this is your final income, 45. Now coming to question number 3. See, very difficult question. Huh? This is also very difficult question. Let's do now. During the previous year 24-25, Mr. C has following incomes and brought forward. See, now they are talking about brought forward losses. See, if you have short-term losses of earlier years which you have brought forward in this year, can it be set off against this year's short-term gain and this year's long-term gain? Yes or no? Short-term loss of earlier year you have brought forward in this year. Can it be set off against this year's short-term gain? Can it be set off against this year's long-term gain? Yes. But before doing that, current year set off must be done. So whenever you have brought forward losses, before setting them off, always complete the current year set off first. Then only brought forward losses are given effect. Understanding? So you are fortunate. There are no current year losses to be set off. So whatever brought forward losses are there, can you adjust directly from these gains? Yes. So your short-term loss can be set off against short-term gain as well as long-term gain. Against which you will set off? You will set it off first from short-term gain. And if some loss remains, that can still be set off against long-term gain. But for that, long-term gain should remain after setting off the long-term loss. Yes or no? So do you have a long-term capital gain? 75,000. Do you have a long-term capital loss? 96,000. So if you set off this against long-term gain, entire long-term gain will vanish. So how much will still remain? 21,000 of long-term capital loss will still remain. Can you set it off against short-term gain? Can you set off the long-term loss against short-term gain? No. So you will directly carry forward. Will it be carried forward? See, this loss was for assessment year 23-24. Whenever assessment years are given, no, always convert those assessment years to previous years to avoid the confusions. So assessment year 23-24, meaning which previous year? Previous year 22-23. So the long-term loss was for which year? Previous year 22-23. So this loss was for previous year 22-23. Carried forward for the first time in previous year 23-24. Loss of 22-23 will be carried forward for the first time in which year? 23-24, no. Then second time 24-25. This is the second year in which the loss is coming. Can it come to second year? Yes. Can it be set off in the second year? Yes. Against only the long-term gain. If done, then okay. If still remains, can it go to third year? Yes. It can be carried forward for 8 years. This was the second year in which you have brought and set off to the extent of 75. Still 21 remains that can be carried forward to the third year. Yes or no? So can you carry forward? Yes. Under section 74. Now tell me, do you have a short-term capital loss? Yes, 37. Entire 37 you can set off against 1,50,000. Now see, 37 if you set off against 1,50,000, so 1,50,000 minus 37, 1,50,000 minus 37 will give you 1,13,000. Still there is 1,13,000 of short-term capital gain remaining. Against this you cannot set off the long-term loss. Hence you are carrying forward. Hello sir. Will you remember this loss was for which assessment year? Assessment year 24-25. Meaning previous year 23-24 loss was there. So previous year 23-24 you had a short-term loss. You have carried forward that loss to first year 24-25. In this year, can it be set off? Yes. It can be set off only against short-term gain? No. Against short-term gain also, against long-term gain. But it was fully set off against short-term gain. Still some short-term gain remains. Against that, the long-term loss cannot be set off. Yes or no? Now that long-term loss will be carried forward. So what will be the total income for this year? 1,13,000. This will be your total income. Hello sir. 1,13,000. Did you all understand? 3 questions. Now coming to the question number 4. Okay. Now in the question number 4, Income from the activity of owning and maintaining racehorse, 75,000. Income is there, loss is not there. Against this income, the income of normal sources can be adjusted, but loss of this activity can be set off against profit of this activity only. Hello, sir. Now tell me, income from textile business you are having 85,000. Brought forward textile business loss relating to assessment year 24-25, meaning which previous year? Previous year 23-24. The loss was for 23-24. It is carried forward for the first time in the first year 24-25, previous year 24-25. Yes or no? Now in this year, this loss can be set off only against business income of the current year. But wait, before setting off this loss against the current year business income, you are supposed to first prioritize current year depreciation, current year capital expenditure on scientific research, family planning, then current year business loss, then current year other losses. Once you are through with that, only then this business loss which you are bringing forward will be adjusted against your business income. Yes or no? Now, brought forward loss from an activity of owning and maintaining racehorse relating to assessment year 22-23. Be very careful. Assessment year 22-23 means previous year 22-23. So the loss of this activity for previous year 21-22. 21-22. First year carry forward, previous year 22-23. Previous year 23-24. Hello. Third year, previous year 24-24. 24-25. Can it come to the third year? Yes, it is coming to the third year. In the third year, do you have any income? Loss from an activity of owning and maintaining racehorse? Yes, you have that income from that. It will be adjusted. But wait. If you have IFOS had other source loss, that loss will be first adjusted against. Current year loss will be first adjusted. Only then the income of that activity remaining from that the brought forward loss can be adjusted. Yes or no? But you are very lucky. Current year other source loss is not given. So under the head IFOS, only this income is there. Against that you can set off this loss. So 96,000 will be adjusted against 75. 75 will vanish and still you will have 21,000 of loss. What will you do with this? Was this the third year? Hello? This loss came for the third year, no? Can it be carried forward to the fourth year, next year? Yes. If I would have been your examiner, no? What I would have done, I would have written assessment year 21-22. Then this is the fourth year. And in the fourth year, it is getting set off. Still 21 remains. Now that 21 will not go to the next year. It will lapse. Because this was the last year. Understanding? But will this 21 go to the next year? Yes, because next year will be the fourth year. Okay, no? So you will carry forward this loss under section 74A to the next year. Now wait, do you have 50,000 of brought forward textile business loss? Yes. So before adjusting it against the business income, ask yourself, do you have current year depreciation? No. Do you have current year capital expenditure on scientific research, capital expenditure on family planning? No. Do you have current year losses, business losses? No. Do you have current year other losses to be set off against business income? No. Now you can set off this loss against your business income. Entire 50 will vanish and 85. Against that 85 it will be set off. 35,000 will be your remaining PGBP income. Yes or no? So do you have salary? Nil. You have house property? Nil. You have PGBP? Yes, taxable PGBP income remaining 35,000. Yes or no? Now, do you have capital gain? No. Do you have other sources? No. So your total income will be 35,000. Yes or no, sir? Okay. Now, illustration number 5. Shall I start? Fifth illustration. Now Mr. E has furnished his details for the assessment year 25-26. Income from salary 1,50,000. Very good. Income from speculation business 60,000 positive income. Huh? Income from non-speculation business. Can you set off your normal business loss against your speculation business profits? Yes. So do that. 40,000 you will adjust from 60. 20 will still remain. Hello, sir. 20 will still remain. Now, Do you have any other business loss? No. So business head is done. So your salary head is 1,50,000, house property head nil. You have PGBP head positive income 20,000. That positive 20,000 is your PGBP head income. Yes or no? From speculation business. Now you have short term capital gain of 80. You have long term capital loss of 30. Do one thing, my dear friends. This 30 long-term capital loss cannot be set off against short-term gain, and it cannot be set off against other heads also. What you will do, directly carry forward. Under which section? Under section 74. So this year, one loss you identified which cannot be adjusted in this year, that you will directly carry forward. Okay, no? So do you have short-term capital gain? Yes. Do you have winnings from lottery? Yes, 20,000. Compute the total income. Now, what computation of total income? Do you have income from salary? Yes, sir. 1,50,000. Do you have house property? Yes, sir. Nil. Do you have PGBP? Yes, sir. 20,000 PGBP income still remains from speculation business. But this is not taxable at special rates. This is a normal rate income only. Just like your other PGBP incomes are taxable at normal rates, this income is also taxable at normal rates only. Okay, no? Okay. Now tell me, do you have capital gains? No. Capital gains? Yes, you have 80,000. 80,000 short-term capital gain. This is also taxable at normal rates. Because this is not a short-term capital gain under 111A. Hello? Is it your normal total income? Is it your normal short-term capital gain? Yes. So normal short-term capital gain taxable at what rate? Normal rates only. No, we have just now done 2 days back tax rates. Do you remember? Hello, sir? If STT paid equity shares were there, on that the short-term gain was there, only then that short-term gain would have been 111A. Other short-term gains always normal rates, no? Okay. Long-term capital loss done. Winnings from lotteries. Do you have other sources? Yes. Only one other sources. 20,000. So now can you calculate your total income? 190 and 270. 2,70,000 will be your total income. Friends, are you getting 2,70,000? Please check. Done, sir. Now in this question, if they tell you to calculate the tax liability, tell me what is the total income? 2,70,000 only, no? Now you apply the tax rate on this only. Assuming that you are not following 115 BSE. Normal rates will be applicable. Do you always apply the normal rates on the entire total income? Or you split it into two parts? Out of this, some income is special income. On that you pay special rates, no? So do you have winnings income? Do you have winnings income there in the total income? On that will you apply the normal rates? Or you will apply the special rates? Why do you forget all these things? Hello? So from this, how much is winnings? Pay attention, pay attention. Still you are not going to do the correct answer. I'm sure, 100%. Wait. Okay. From this, how much was the winnings? Under section 115 BB, 20,000 was winnings. Okay, no? Now you are very lucky that the balance total income is only 2,50,000. And you are not told that you are following 115 BSE. If you were following 115 BSE, your basic exemption limit would have been 3 lakhs. 3 lakh is higher basic exemption limit, 2,50,000. Still unexhausted basic exemption limit 50,000 remaining. Can that be adjusted against short-term gain 111A? Yes. Can that be adjusted against long-term gain 112, 112A? Yes. Can that be adjusted against winnings? No. So even if unexhausted basic exemption limit was there, that cannot be adjusted against winning. On the winnings you are supposed to compulsorily calculate the tax. Hello, sir. But here we are assuming that assessee is not following 115 BSE. Or do you want me to follow 115 BSc. Let us follow 115 BSc. Okay, no, we are assuming that assessee is following 115 BSc. So if 115 BSc is followed, then basic exemption limit is 3 lakhs. No, now tell me, 3 lakh rupees is basic exemption limit, meaning 50,000 basic exemption limit is still unexhausted basic exemption limit. Okay, can it be adjusted from here? Adjustment possible or not possible? Not possible. If there was short term gain 111A, long term gain 112, long term gain 112A, against that only this can be adjusted. It cannot be adjusted against winnings. So on your balance total income, which is below the basic exemption limit, are you going to pay any tax over here? No. So here your tax will be nil. Here your tax will be nil. But on your winnings, now on the entire winnings, you are supposed to pay tax at the rate of 30%, no? So calculate 30%, you will get 6,000. This is the tax on your winnings income. This is the tax on your winnings income. So this tax plus this tax, add both of them. You are supposed to add both the taxes. So can I say tax on total income you are supposed to get 6,000 plus nil. How much you are getting? 6,000. Okay. You are getting 1,000 rupees rebate. Now, is your total income more than 5 lakhs? Check this total income. Are you a resident? Yes. Individual? Yes. Your total income is up to 5 lakhs? Yes. Can you claim rebate? Yes. So rebate of any tax can be claimed except LTCG 112A. Is it LTCG 112A tax or any tax? Any tax can be claimed as rebate. Even the tax on winnings can be claimed as rebate. No problem in that. Yes or no? So less rebate. How much? Either the entire tax or maximum 12,500. If you will take it, you are gone. You are supposed to take 25,000. Why 25,000? Because you are following 115 BSc. In 115 BSc, you don't check 5 lakhs also, you check 7 lakhs. So your total income is less than equal to 7 lakhs. Entire tax you can claim as rebate, but to the extent of 25,000. Yes or no? Since you are following 115 BSc. Okay. Understanding or not? Okay. Now, tell me, how much rebate you will get? 6,000. Entire 6,000 you will get it as rebate. So can I say this will be nil tax on total income after rebate under section 87A will be nil. Can you add health and education cess at 4%? Take nil. Your gross tax liability will be nil. Sir, why are you doing this? I'll tell. Tell me, what is the amount of your winnings? 20,000, no? Winnings from lotteries. Is it more than 10,000? Don't you think the person who has paid you this winnings would have already deducted TDS 30%, and you would not have been given 20, you would have been given only 14,000 net winnings. Do you remember winnings I told you? IFOS had from winnings, the TDS is deducted if the winnings amount is more than 10,000. 194B, 194BB, 194B, TDS is deducted on all the winnings. 194BB, TDS is deducted on horse race winnings. If the amount of winnings is more than 10,000, then the person paying you that winnings will always deduct TDS under 194B, 194BB at the rate of 30%. So if your winnings is 20,000, definitely in your hands you would not have received 20, in your hands you would have received 14 only. 6,000 would have been deducted as your TDS. So 6,000 plus 14,000, 20,000 you are supposed to show taxable, which you are showing gross amount. But don't you think from that 6,000 TDS would have been deducted? So from your gross tax liability, the TDS you always take as a credit. So what you will do? Less TDS on winnings. That was 20,000 into 30%. Under section 194B, it would have been deducted. So 6,000 TDS was already deducted. That you reduce. Now you have a refund due. No tax liability. You are supposed to get the refund of 6,000. Kaushik, you understood? See, tax liability calculation. If you forget the flow which I have given you, no, you will not be able to give single correct answer. It is just the beginning. Let me start with the total income. You will come to know. See, this simple calculation you are not able to do. And there is nothing in this which I have not taught you. I have taught you everything. But at correct time, correct things, how you are doing, that is very important. Will you be able to do it like this now? In the next questions, no, be very careful in these things. Because in any of the questions, I can tell you to calculate the tax liability. You have to check the unexhausted basic exemption limit also. You have to check this. You have to follow the same sequence. Don't eat anything from this process. Follow the entire process properly. If nothing is there, write down nil. No problem. But follow the entire process. Don't eat anything from that process. Okay. And also sometimes agricultural income will also come. So you will have to do the partial integration also, which you have forgotten long back. That I will see how you are going to do it. Okay. So did you solve this question, everyone? Understood? Now, next question. Question number. Oh, ayo. All the questions are done. All the illustrations. 5 illustrations done. Very good, sir. Wow, Umang, you are smart. Come to question number 1. Good question. Mark this question important. Good question. Not that important, but it is good question. Okay. Compute the gross total income of Mr. F for the assessment year 25-26 from the information given below. So now they are telling you to compute the GTI. Now see, income from house property is given, computed. You are not supposed to do anything. They have computed the house property head only and given it to you. Income from business before providing for depreciation. Okay. So if there is a depreciation for current year, you will give the effect of that depreciation first before doing anything else. Yes or no? Next one, short-term capital gain on sale of unlisted shares. So this is your normal short-term capital gain, taxable at normal rates. Okay, no? Long-term capital loss from sale of property brought forward from assessment year 24-25. So this loss will be adjusted from long-term gain only. But after setting of the current year long-term gains, current year long-term loss, this loss will be set off. Yes or no? Income from tea business, if nothing is mentioned, no. So we are supposed to put some assumption. We will assume that the tea business is growing and manufacturing of tea as per rule 8. So for this business, what we are going to do? We are going to do 40% PGBP income and 60% agricultural income. 60% will be 72,000 and 40% will be 48,000. Yes or no? So 48,000 will be PGBP and this will be agricultural income. Yes or no, sir? Okay. So now pay attention. Yes, dividend from Indian companies carrying on agricultural operations. So what? Even if it is a dividend coming from that company doing agricultural operation, for you it is a dividend. It is your IFOS only. You cannot call it your agriculture income. Yes or no? Next one. Current year depreciation 26,000. Brought forward business loss incurred 6 years ago. So can you bring that loss in the 7th year? Yes. If it gets set off, then okay. Otherwise, 7th year carry forward. Yes or no? Now see. Do you have income from salary? Tell me yes or no. Do you have income from salary? No. So income from salary will be nil. Do you have PGBP? Do you have a house property income? You have house property, no? 1,25,000. So against that house property, is there any loss eligible for set off? No. So your house property income will be 1,25,000. Now do you have business loss? Yes. Business loss you are having, and before that current year depreciation also you are having. So what you will do? 26,000 you will adjust from 1,35,000. So now out of 1,35,000 you will adjust 26,000, you will get 1,09,000. Now from that 1,09,000, is there any current year loss of any other business? No. Is there any current year loss of other head? No. Now you can set off the brought forward business loss out of that. Yes or no? So brought forward business loss was 45,000. Can you adjust that 45,000? Yes. Hello sir. So your current year business income will be how much? This after setting of this 45,000 also, it will be 64,000. 64,000 was your business income. Now you have short-term capital gain and you have long-term capital loss. This long-term capital loss you will have to carry forward because you don't have any other long-term capital gain. Yes or no? If you have any long-term capital gain in this year, against that only this long-term loss which you have brought forward will be set off. Do you have any other long-term capital gain? No. So this long-term capital loss which is brought forward cannot be adjusted. As per section 74, it will be carried forward to the next year, second year. Hello. Income from tea business. So your tea business will have 40% income, 40% business income. That was 48,000. So 48,000 is your business income and 64,000 is also your business income. Yes or no? And do you have agricultural income? Yes. How much agricultural income you are exempting under section 10(1)? It is sir 72,000 agricultural income you are exempting. So out of 1,20,000, this 48 you will tax and this 72 you will exempt. Done sir? Next one, dividend from Indian company. This is your IFOS income, will be directly taxable under the head IFOS. Now, do you have PGBP income? Yes. How much PGBP? 64,000 plus 48,000 will give you 1,12,000. So 1,12,000 is your PGBP head total. Do you have capital gains? Yes sir. You have one capital gain income of 56,000. Okay. Now tell me, do you have IFOS? Yes. You have IFOS also 80,000. All the incomes you have considered, no income remaining, add all of them. So 1,25,000 plus 1,12,000 plus 56,000 plus 80,000, you are going to get 3,73,000. This is your gross total income. Do you have any chapter 6A deduction? No. So directly this will be your total income. Yes or no? Now on this total, please check. Your total income is 373 only. In the answers, please check 373 total income. See 373. Done no? Now if they tell you to calculate the tax liability, how will you calculate? Very easy sir, very easy. See in the question now, assessee is an individual. assessee is an individual, plus his total income is 3,73,000, which is more than his basic exemption limit, plus his net agricultural income, which is exempt under section 10(1), is also 72,000, which is more than 5,000. If all these three conditions are fulfilled, you are supposed to partially integrate the net agricultural income to calculate the tax liability. So to calculate your tax liability, you follow three steps. In the case of partial integration, do you follow three steps? Yes. Now, first step, take your total income, 3,73,000. In that, add your agricultural income, 72,000. It was only 72 only, no? So 373 plus 72 will give you 4,45,000. Now calculate tax on this 4,45,000. See, we will assume that the assessee is not following 115 BSE. Yes or no? If he is not following 115 BSE, so from this, for first, wait. In your 373, what all incomes you took? Please pay attention first. Did you take salary? Yes, normal. Did you take PGB? Did you take house property? Normal. Did you take PGBP? Yes, this is also normal. Did you take short-term capital gain? Yes, this short-term capital gain was also normal. Yes or no? And did you take 80,000 rupees of dividend income? Yes, that is also normal. So entire total income is normal. There is no special income. Yes or no? So on this entire 373, normal rate is charged. Plus 72 if you will include. So on this entire 445, you are supposed to charge normal rate only. Up to 250, no tax. 250 to 5 lakh, no, 250 to 445, minus 250, 195. On 195 you are going to pay 5%. So the tax which you are going to calculate is tax 1 is 9750. Yes sir. So this is your step number 1. In step number 2, you take your agricultural income and you include your basic exemption limit. See, if you would be following 115 BSE, then this 250 would not have come. This would have been 3 lakhs. And above also, you would have applied 115 BSE rates. Hello sir. But are you following 115 BSE? No. Meaning that what we are doing, sir? We are following normal rates. So normal rates, the basic exemption limit is 250 only. Yes or no? Now can you add 250 in 72? So 72,000 plus 2,50,000 will give you 3,22,000. So on this 3,22,000, now we are going to calculate the tax. So the tax will be 72,000 into 5% will give you 3,600. Now please pay attention. Step number 3. Tax on total income. It is tax 1 minus tax 2. You are going to get 6150. Will you less any rebate? The answer is yes. Because the assessee is individual, his total income is 373, which is less than 5 lakhs. Why we are checking 5 lakhs? Assessee is not following 115 BSE. So total income 5 lakhs or less, he is going to get the rebate. Yes or no? Rebate under section 87A. How much? Rebate will be 6150 or 12,500, whichever is lower. So 6150 will be allowed as a rebate. So the the tax on total income after rebate will be nil. Add what? Add health and education cess at the rate of 4%, that will be nil. Your gross tax liability will also be nil. And fortunately this time there is no TDS, TCS, advance tax, etc. So this will be your final income, final tax liability. 9750. How did you get it? Got it? Easy. If you don't do partial integration also, no, then also the answer will be same. Why, sir? See, partially integrated, no. So you were not thrown to 20% slab. You are still there in 5%. Even after including agricultural income, you are still remaining in 5% slab. So including agricultural income in your total income did not benefit the government. You still remain in 5% slab only. It would have been helped government to charge tax at 20% if the agriculture income would have been higher. Or your other total income would have been higher. Then you would have been thrown to 20% slab. Then it would have been a beneficial thing. Yes or no? So still if you will calculate the tax directly on 373, your answer will be 6150 only. Hello sir. But that does not mean that you are not going to do partial integration. You are supposed to do partial integration wherever it is applicable. Hello sir. Will you remember this thing? Sure sir. Perfect sir. Thank you sir. Number 2. Mark this question also important. Good question. Okay. Question number 2. Mr. Suhan submits the following details of his income for the assessment year 25-26. Income from salary given 3 lakhs. Loss from let out property. Do you have any other property? No. So this is your loss under the head house property, and in the second last line of the question they are saying that you are not following 115 BSc, meaning this loss can be adjusted against any head up to 2 lakhs. So your loss is not more than 2 lakhs. So the entire loss you can set off against any head. So you will try to set it off first against what? Salary. So this entire loss of 40,000 will be adjusted against your salary, and now your salary income will be 2,60,000. 2,60,000 will be your salary income. Yes or no? Now pay attention. And your house property head will be having a nil income. Sugar business income is there, and iron ore business there is a loss, and this loss is for previous year 1920. See, somewhere they are giving previous year, somewhere they are giving assessment year. Understanding or not? So this way they can play with you. So the loss is for 1920, previous year 1920, carried forward for the first time in which year? Previous year 2021, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24, and this is 5th year. In the 5th year the loss can come, business loss can come, yes, but in this year it will be adjusted only against your business income. So do you have a business income? Yes, but against that, if any other business loss is to be adjusted for current year, that you will adjust first. Any other loss of any other head has to be adjusted, then you will adjust that first. Only then this brought forward business loss will be adjusted from your current year's business income. So do you have any do you have current year depreciation? No. Do you have current year capital expenditure on scientific research, family planning? No. Do you have any current year business loss which is to be adjusted against this? No. Do you have any other loss from other heads to be adjusted against this business income? No. Meaning that now this business income is available for set off of this business loss. Yes or no? So now this entire 1,20,000, if you want to adjust, you can. But for that your income should also be 120 or more. No. Your income is only 50. So entire 50 will go, and how much? 70,000 loss will still remain. Can I say this 70,000 of loss can be carried forward to the 6th year, next year? Yes or no? So this will be carried forward as per section 72. Now short-term capital loss can be adjusted against long-term capital gains. Yes, entire long-term gain will go away, and still you will have 20,000 of short-term capital loss remaining. Now that will be carried forward as per section 74. That you can carry forward as per section 74. So this 20,000 of capital loss which could not be adjusted in this year, short-term capital loss, will be carried forward under section 74. Why did you carry forward, sir? This short-term capital loss cannot be adjusted against any other head now. Hello? It can be adjusted within the same head against short-term gain or long-term gain. There was only one long-term gain against which you have adjusted it. Now there is no other short-term gain or long-term gain. Yes or no? So this cannot be adjusted against any other income. It will be directly carried forward. Now, do you have dividend income? Yes, 5,000. Income from lottery winnings? Yes, 55,000. Winnings from card games? Yes, 6,000. Agriculture income? Yes, 20,000. This will be fully exempt, 10-1. And short term capital loss? Oh my god. You have another short term capital loss of 10,000. Now see, this 20,000 remain short term capital loss. This short term capital loss remains, and this short term capital loss also remains. Okay. Now this will also be carried forward under section 74, 74, because both the short term capital losses cannot be adjusted because there are no short term gain, no long term gain. Yes or no? Next one, bank interest on FD. So under the head PGBP, how much income is remaining now? Nil. There is one loss of business 70,000 which will be carried forward. Under the head capital gains, how much income remaining? Nil. No capital gain income remains. Why? Because the entire long term gain got adjusted against the short term loss, and still short term loss of 20,000 and short term loss of 10,000 still remains, that will be carried forward to subsequent years. Yes or no? Do you have any other sources income? Yes sir, you have other sources income, 5,000 dividend, 50,000 and 6,000 and 5,000. So 5,000 plus 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 20,000 plus 5,000, you are having 86,000. 86,000 rupees of what? IFOS. Now 86,000 plus 2,60,000, you will get 3,46,000. 3,46. Everyone getting it? Wait, somewhere I have committed a mistake or what? 20,000 carried forward, short term capital loss. Short term capital loss 60, long term gain gone 40, 20, dividend 5. 5,000 dividend plus 50,000 income, winnings is 6,000. Agriculture income by mistakenly I have taken. Wait, agriculture income not to be taken. This is how much? 66 only, no? 61 plus 5,000. 66,000 only. By mistakenly I have taken agriculture income. Agriculture income is not to be taken. Okay, no? So this will be 3,26,000. Everyone got it? 326 GTI. Now is there any chapter 6 deduction? No. So this will be your total income. If I tell you to calculate tax liability, please pay attention. Now I will calculate the tax liability. Ready? How much tax liability you all are getting? 17, no. Wait now. Wait. Let me do. What is your total income? 3,26,000. Out of this, do you have winnings? Winnings how much? 50,000 plus 6,000. 56,000 winnings you are having, no? And balance total income. What is the balance total income? Come on, tell me. 3,26,000 minus 56,000, you are going to get 2,70,000. And my dear friends, are you following 115 BSc? No. Question says that you are not following 115 BAC. Means you are going to apply the normal rates. Normal rates 2,50,000 up to 250 no tax, and 250 to 270, 20,000. On that the tax will be 5%. So on 20,000 what will be the tax? 1,000. So tax amount here will be 1,000. And if you will do it, don't you think you are doing a blunder? Directly doing this. In the question they are saying that 20,000 is your agricultural income. Now even after having that, you are doing this type of calculation, everything will be wrong or not? Tell me. So last question only we have done. See, to give you some hint that here you cannot do like this. So what you are supposed to do? Ignore all these things. You are not supposed to calculate directly like this. First ask yourself, are you a resident individual? Yes. Are you an individual? Yes. Is your total income 326 more than your basic exemption limit? Yes. And are you earning net agriculture income more than 5,000? Yes. So partial integration is to be done. The moment agricultural income is there in the question and they are telling you to calculate the tax liability, please be careful that there will be partial integration in the question. Hello sir. See, there are no questions which tell you to calculate the tax liability, but still I am doing it. Why? Because in the later on questions, no, it is going to help you a lot. So right now only have that habit. Okay, no? So tell me, 3 lakh is your total income. In this, will you add your agricultural income of 20? Yes, add it. Now this will be 3 lakh 46,000. Now out of this 346, on 56,000 of winnings, you will apply 30%. And on the balance 2 lakh 90,000, you will apply 5%. Balance 2 lakh 90, no, you will apply normal rates. So normal rates if you will apply, first 2 lakh 50 no tax, 2 lakh 52, 2 lakh 52, 2 lakh 90, 40,000. On that you will apply 5%. That will give you tax of 2,000. Now you will get tax of 2,000. Yes or no? Earlier you were getting only 1,000. Why? Because the agriculture income was not included. Then no. Now do one thing. On this 56,000, calculate 30%. You are going to get 16,800. Add both of them. So your tax one you are getting now. This is 18,800. Friends, this is still your step 1. This is not your final tax. So step 2, take your agricultural income. Add your basic exemption limit 2 lakh 50 and 2 lakh 70. Now calculate the tax on 270. So this will be tax 2, and on 20,000 10% will be calculated. Sorry, 5% will be calculated. That will be 1,000. Yes or no? So tax 2 will be 1,000. Do you have tax 1? Do you have tax 2? Yes or no? So step 3 will be tax on total income, which is tax 1 minus tax 2. That will be 17,800. Everyone got this? Sure, sir. Will you get any rebate? Yes, because your total income is 3,26,000, which is less than 5 lakhs, no? So you are going to get rebate. So less rebate. Entire tax you can claim as rebate, or maximum 12,500, whichever is lower. Now 12,500 you are going to take as rebate. How much will be your tax? 5,300. How many of you got this correctly? Got it? Now pay attention. This is tax on TI after rebate. Now on this you will add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. So into 4% you are going to do 212. Okay, no? So you are going to get 5512. Done, sir. This was your gross total income. Are you earning winnings income this time? Yes. In the question, go and check. Winnings income is there. 56,000 on winnings. You are calculating tax also 30%. So don't you think that this 30%, this tax would have been deducted as TDS? No. TDS would have been deducted only on 50,000 because that was more than 10,000. The balance 6,000 is not more than 10,000. On that there was no TDS. Hello? Understanding? So if you want to reduce TDS from here, reduce TDS on winnings. Okay, no? But the TDS would have been deducted only on the 50,000 rupees of winnings because that was more than 10,000. The TDS would not have been deducted on 6,000 because that is less than 10,000. Yes or no? So what you are going to do? Less TDS on winnings. So how much was the winnings? 50,000 into 30% and 66,000 no TDS. So total winnings was 56. Out of that, on 50,000 only the 30% TDS would have been deducted, 15,000. Yes or no? So 15,000 plus no TDS will give you 15,000. So your total amount minus 15,000, it will be 9488 negative. Now you have to round off. Round off under section 288. So this will be 9490 negative. This will be your refund due. If you stop yourself at 5512, you will not get this marks. 1 mark will be deducted. 1 or 1.5. And this was your catch. 6,000 on that TDS was not deducted because that is less than 10,000. I have told you that TDS will be deducted only if the winnings is more than 10,000. So the person who is giving you 6,000 rupees of winnings, he is not going to deduct TDS because the winnings is only 6,000. Hello sir. Understanding now? If that 56,000 entirely would have been given together, no, as one winnings, then on that entire 56,000 the TDS would have been deducted. Entire 56. But see, in the question 50,000 is separately given, 6,000 is separately given. Two separate winnings are there. On one winnings the TDS would have been deducted and on the second winnings the TDS would not have been deducted. Yes or no? Getting my point? Okay, this was your question number 2. How was this question? Good, no? Okay. The calculation, total income happens very easy, sir. But the tax liability calculation, we are, not that strong. So the thing in which you are not strong, you have to make that only strong, no? This is going to happen only. Now you are going to solve any type of questions on set off and carry forward. Few mistakes you will commit. And the moment you will see the answer, you will come to know, oh my god, this was a silly mistake. You will come to know that what mistake you are making. Okay. Now come. Question number 3. Question number 3. In the last line, they are saying that compute gross total income of Mr. Batra for the assessment year 25-26, assuming that he has exercised the option of shifting out, meaning he is not following 115 BSc. He is not following 115 BSc. Also determine the losses eligible for carry forward. Even if they are not telling, we are identifying and we are giving them the answer that these losses are carried forward. Now they are specifically asking that identify those losses which will be carried forward to the next year. Because in this question there are many losses which are going to get carried forward. Yes or no? Okay. So one by one. Come on. Short term capital gain 140. Is it 111A or normal short term gain? Normal short term gain. Loss from speculative business 60,000. See, first of all, this 60,000, if I don't have any speculative business income, this will be carried forward as per section 73. So this is the first loss of this year which will be carried forward, because in the entire question, if you will see, there is no speculation business income. Hello sir. So speculation losses of this year cannot be set off against any business income or any other head. It will be directly carried forward. Okay. So now long-term capital gain on sale of land and long-term capital loss on sale of unlisted shares. So long-term can be set off against long-term, no? So this 30,000 will vanish. And out of this 1 lakh, 70,000 will still remain. 70,000 loss will still remain. Now, do you have any other long-term capital gain? The answer is no. So this 70,000 loss cannot be set off in this year against any short-term gain or any other head. So this 70,000, what you will do, sir? You will carry forward this under section 74. Yes or no, sir? Next one. Now, income from business of textile after allowing current year depreciation. See, current year depreciation is already taken. Now, what you are supposed to do? Current year capital expenditures. If not there, current year business loss. If not there, current year other losses. If not there, then brought forward business losses. Then brought forward unabsorbed depreciation. Yes or no? So, do you have loss from business of textile? Adjustment number 2. Loss from textile business 60,000. Loss pertains to assessment year. Be very careful now. Very careful. Assessment year 17-18 means previous year 16-17 loss. Wait, loss happened in previous year 16-17. Can you bring that loss to 24-25? Count. Previous year 17-18 will be the first year. 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24. Last year. Can it come to the 8th year? Yes, you are bringing that loss to the 8th year. Yes or no? Now, if you have any other business loss which you have brought forward, don't set off that loss first. Set off this loss first, because this is the last year. Ayo. Can it be set off against any other income of this year? No. It can be set off against this year's business income. Do you have business income? Do you have business income? Yes, 50,000 you have. Against this current year losses are not set off. So you will directly bring this loss to be set off against this. So this entire 50,000 will vanish. And don't you think out of this still 10,000 will remain? Now tell me. Do you have any other business income? So can this 10,000 be adjusted against any other income? No. So this will be carried forward. This was the last year. And if this cannot be set off in this year, it will not go to the next year. This will lapse. Understanding? So it will lapse. Since 8th year, 24-25 is 8th year. So in this year, to the extent of 50, it will be set off, and the balance 10,000 which will remain, that will not be set off, that will lapse. Okay, sir? Now, do you have income from activity of owning and maintaining resource? Yes, but you have a loss also of that activity. Loss is for which assessment year? Please be very careful here also. Assessment year 22-23 means previous year 21-22. So loss of previous year 21-22 will come in previous year 22-23, previous year 23-24, previous year 24-25. Third year it will come. If it is not getting set off, it will be carried forward for the next year, 4th year, and that will be the last year. Yes or no? So can it be set off against this income? Yes. Entire income will vanish and still 10,000 will remain. Now this 10,000 will be carried forward to the next year as per section 74A. It will be carried forward. Unlike your business loss, it will not lapse. It will be carried forward for the next year, 4th year. Okay, sir? Now, income from salary already computed. Loss from house property. Can you set off this loss? Yes. 40,000 you can set off against salary. So your salary will remain 60,000. Yes or no, sir? So now tell me. Have you done the entire thing? Yes. Now first of all, tell me the salary. Income from salary, taxable, 60,000. Income from house property, nil. Do you have any PGBP income remaining? No, nil PGBP. Do you have any capital gain remaining? No, sir. No, capital gain I have no, 1,40,000. First capital gain, see, 1,40,000 I have. So 1,40,000 capital gain will remain, short term capital gain. Do you have IFOS remaining? No. So entire things you have done. Now 2 lakh rupees finally will be your total income. Easy or difficult? See, these type of questions they will ask in the exam. Okay. And this was, if I'm not wrong, this was your exam question only. How many marks you know? 8 marks. Just imagine. You just have to present it. Simple. If you are reducing from the head, loss you are reducing from the head, you will write interhead set off of this loss. If you are reducing within the head, you will write what intersource set off. Okay, if you are setting off the brought forward loss, you will write down less set off of brought forward loss. That's it. Very simple. If you'll see the answers also now, you'll come to know that these type of questions, if they are asking in the exam, meaning that they are trying to give you the, give you the opportunity to pass in the exam. 6 to 8 marks you will easily score in these kind of questions. And these kind of questions are asked in the exam and people are not solving. Just imagine, how would a teacher like me feel? Okay, even after teaching so well, you are not able to attempt these kind of questions. So lack of practice, you are not supposed to go lack of practice. See, we are solving each and every question of ICAI study mat in the class itself. Now permutation combinations will be made from these questions only. There is nothing which will come from outside. It will come from here only. Okay, let's do. Are you finding it difficult or it is easy? Understanding, no? Only the tax liability calculation you have to be very careful. Okay, come to question number 4. Now this question number 4, no? In this question number 4, there is a fundamental error which I'll tell you. The institute has created one error. I'll tell you where is that error. Okay. See. Error is in this assessment year. In your textbook, no? This assessment year should be, this assessment year should not be 25-26. This assessment year should be 24-25. 24-25. So please rectify this in your textbooks. This should be assessment year 24-25. Because looking at the solution now, sure that the assessment year is 24-25 only. Okay, no? We'll discuss. Don't worry. Now this question is a good question. You can expect such kind of questions in the exams. Okay. Now, Mr. A furnishes you the following information for the year ended 31st March 2025. What information? Income from plying of vehicles computed as per books. Okay, so this income is computed as per books, meaning that normal PGBP income. Computed as per books means this is PGBP income calculated as per normal provisions. So, this is your normal PGBP income. Yes or no? So, he owned 5 light goods vehicle throughout the year. Wait, if you are a transporter who is the owner of 10 or less transport vehicles, goods carriages, so for you 44AE becomes applicable, and as per 44AE you can show presumptive income 7,500 per month or a higher sum for every month of your ownership. Hello, sir. Or even part of the month of ownership of those vehicles during the previous year. Right? No. So you show 7,500 per month or part of the month's ownership as your PGBP income on a presumptive basis. So on presumptive basis also you can show. Is this 3,20,000 presumptive or a normal PGBP income? Normal PGBP. See, this is your normal PGBP income, normally calculated. So if you follow 44AE and calculate the income on presumptive basis, so what will be your presumptive PGBP income? Can you please tell me? 7,500 per month per vehicle. Hello, sir. Multiplied by number of vehicles, 5 vehicles, multiplied by number of months ownership. So for how many months the vehicles were owned? 12 months. So can I say minimum 4,50,000 or a higher sum I will have to show as my presumptive income? But wait, do I have the option to show lower profits? Do I have the option to show lower profits under 44A? If I don't want to show 4,50,000, minimum this much, presumptive income I don't want to show. If I want to show a lower amount of profit, can I do that? Yes. But for that, I will have to separately maintain the books of this business and get them audited. I can do it. Hello, sir. I can do it now. So for my presumptive, for my transport business, I am not going to show 4,50,000 because if I am going to show 4,50,000, I will have to pay more tax, no? If my normal PGBP income calculated as per normal provisions is 3,20,000 only, I am not going to pay tax on 450. I'm going to pay tax on 320 only. You want me to maintain the books? No, I'll maintain the books separately for this business. And you want to get the books audited? I'll get them audited also. Hello, sir. But I will show 320 only. Will you remember this? We have done this thing in PGBP also. Right now? Now tell me. You have income from retail trade of garments. Okay. Retail trade. Are you an individual? Come on, tell me. Are you an individual, Mr. A? Yes. If you are doing any business other than specified professions, those 11 professions, do you remember? Doctor, lawyer, etc. So you are not doing any specified profession. You are not doing any transport business. This is not your transport business. This is not your transport business. Okay. And number 3, this is not your commission or brokerage business. This is not your agency business. Any other business is there. For any other business, if the turnover is not more than 2 crores, then on that turnover you can calculate 8%, and minimum 8% you can show as a presumptive income. Tell me yes or no. So is it an eligible business, this retail trade of garments? Is it an eligible business? Yes, because its turnover is less than 2 crores. So on this turnover, minimum 8% presumptive income I can show as per 44 AD. But do you remember, out of this turnover, whatever turnover, if I will receive in this year or on or before the due date of filing my ROI for this year, whatever turnover I will receive by prescribed modes, for that turnover I can show 6% also. Hello, sir. Do you remember something like that we did in 44 AB or 44 AD? So on the entire turnover you are supposed to, show how much? On the entire turnover you are supposed to show 8%. Turnover should be 2 crores or less. Don't talk about 3 crores right now. For to take that 3 crores, this year's receipt, out of that 5% or less should be in cash, as well as 5% or less payments should be in cash. Both should be satisfied. Hello, sir. Then I can take what? 3 crores, no? Otherwise 2 crores is limit. Now if you will see, no, here, out of the 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000, he is receiving 10%. See, 10% of the turnover was received in cash and balance through account pay check. So for him, definitely the limit of 3 crores is not applicable. Limit of 2 crores is only applicable. Hello, sir. And is his turnover within the limit of 2 crores? Yes. So he can show 8% of the turnover. But wait. Entire turnover he will not show 8%. He will show the 8% of only this 10%. Remaining turnover he is receiving in prescribed modes only, no? So for that he can show 6%. Hello, sir. So tell me, out of 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000, 10% which he is receiving in cash, for that 10% he has to show 8%. Hello. And the remaining 90% which he is receiving by prescribed modes, for that 90% turnover he has to show how much? 6% also will be sufficient. Done, no, sir? So do one thing, 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000 into 10%, you will get 13 lakh 57,000. For this turnover you are supposed to show 8%. Yes or no? So show 8% will be 1 lakh 8,560. Are you getting 1 lakh 8,560? What is the balance turnover? 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000 into 90%. This is 1 crore 22 lakh 13,000. For this turnover he is supposed to show only 6%. Yes or no? Into 6%, that will be 732 780. Yes, sir. Plus 108,560. So total is, if he is showing his profits as per 44 AD, he will have to at least show 8,41,340. Yes or no? So for him, The turnover limit will not be 3 crore, turnover limit will be 2 crore only. And his turnover is within the range of 2 crores. Yes or no? Hello, sir. Now tell me now. First time he followed 44 AD, not in this year, last year. See, assessment year we have changed. So last year he followed 44 AD for the first time. For the next 5 years he has to follow 44 AD. Now in this year he has to compulsorily show this much or a higher sum. Yes or no? But what he did, he calculated his income as per books. Normal PGBP income when he calculated, no, it came to 7,50,000. So tell me, does he have the option in this year to show lower profits? See, if his turnover is 2 crores or less, so when you first time he followed in which year, sir? Previous year 23-24. Meaning assessment year 24-25 is this only. Hello? Assessment year 24-25 is this only. Previous year 23-24, he followed the 44 AD for the first time. So for the next 5 years, meaning previous year 24-25, 25-26, 26-27, 27-28, 28-29. In all these 5 years, he has to follow 44 AD only, no? So can I say 24-25 in this year also his turnover is less than equal to 2 crores only. How much is your turnover? 1 crore 35 lakh 70,000. Hello? On this turnover 44 AD if he is showing how much? 8 lakh 41,340 should come. Minimum this much amount he has to show as his PGBP income in this year. But what he did? He calculated his normal profits. So normal profits were only 7,50,000. So tell me, once you follow, next 5 years you have to follow. But in next 5 years, if in any year, if you want to show less, can you show less? Yes, you can show less. In 24-25 itself, can you show normal profits of 350? Yes. But now remember, for the next 5 years, you cannot again come in 44 AD. And this year, if your total income is more than basic exemption limit for this year, you have to compulsorily maintain the books and get them audited also. Hello, for you the tax audit limit will now be 1 crore and not 2 crores. If you would have followed 44 AD, then 2 crores limit. Up to 2 crores, show your profit and no need to get the books audited and get them, no need to maintain the books and get them audited. But are you following 44 AD? No. You are not following 44 AD. So definitely you are going to show less income. Hello. Meaning that for you that 2 crores limit for maintaining books and getting them audited is automatically not applicable. Yes or no? So for you now, your tax audit limit is 1 crore. So tax audit limit was 10 crores also. But that 10 crores you can follow if 5% or less receipts are in cash, as well as 5% or less payments are in cash. Only then you can follow 10 crore limit. That 10 crore limit will not also be applicable for you. Why, sir? Why? Because this year, out of your turnover, 10% you are receiving in cash. That is more than 5%. No. Forget about the payments. All the payments you are doing by way of prescribed modes. See, it is given in the question also. All the payments you are doing in account paycheck. Can you see? So even if you are making all the payments by account paycheck, but since this year, your receipts, out of your receipts, more than 5% receipts are in cash. So the 10 crore limit of tax audit will not be applicable. For you, the tax audit limit will be 1 crore only. Hello? Now tell me, is your turnover more than 1 crore? Yes. Are you following 44 AD? No. So if you would have followed 44 AD, even if your turnover was more than 1 crore, books were not required for audit and no, books were not required to be maintained and no audit was required. But are you following 44 AD? No. Definitely I'm going to show 7 lakh 50 only, no? Why would I pay tax on more amount, 8 lakh 41? Understanding or not, first of all tell me. So, for the second business also, you are going to show how much? The normal income, this one. And for the first business also, you are going to show normal income. Yes or no? Now, for the first business, compulsorily books needs to be maintained and get them audited. For the second business, books will be required to be maintained because your turnover is more than 1 crore. And for you, 10 crore turnover cannot be taken. Getting my point? Your turnover is more than 1 crore and you are not following 44 AD. You are showing lower profits, and this year your total income is also more than your basic exemption limit. Meaning that compulsory now in this year you are supposed to follow what? Maintain the books for this business separately and get them audited also. Done, sir. Now see, now what will happen, no? This is normal business profits, normal business profits. So from normal business profits, no, what you can do, if earlier years unabsorbed depreciation you have brought in this year. So don't you think unabsorbed depreciation is adjusted as per section 32? So can you take 32, 37, 1 deductions while calculating your normal PGBP income? Yes. So your normal PGBP income which you have calculated 3 lakh 20 and 7 lakh 50, out of that you can take the deduction from 32, 37, 1, including the unabsorbed depreciation can be adjusted. Hello sir. But wait, if for these businesses you would have shown the profits as per presumptive provisions, you would have shown 4 lakh 50, you would have shown 8 lakh 41 340. Yes or no? All the deductions from 30 to 37 1 assumed that you have claimed and we have allowed. Unabsorbed depreciation is as per 32 only. Will it be allowed separately? No. So in that case you are not eligible to claim that set off of unabsorbed depreciation. Getting my point? So that would have been a loss for you, no? Definitely the incomes were higher only. And also the unabsorbed depreciation was not allowed for set off. Because that is allowed as a set off. Not as per 70 to 80 provision. That is allowed as a set off as per 32 provision. And 32 comes between the range of 70 to 37 1. All the deductions from 30 to 70, 37 1 you have claimed and we have allowed. It is assumed and the presumptive income is there. So from this presumptive income you cannot take the deduction or set off of unabsorbed depreciation because that is as per section 32. So that 1 lakh you would not have been able to claim only. Getting my point? From neither of the business incomes, if you would have shown them on presumptive basis. So what is the best thing you can do now? Show both the profits as per normal provisions. Yes or no? And if you are claiming both the profits as per normal provisions, all the deductions which are available, including the unabsorbed depreciation set off as per 32(2), you can do it, no? So do you have any unabsorbed depreciation? Yes, 1 lakh rupees. Can you see 1 lakh rupees? Now this is for the assessment year 23-24. This you can carry forward for indefinite year. So it is easily coming in this year. It can be set off against your business incomes. So now you will show business income how much? Come on, tell me. 3,20,000 normal business income you will show for your transport business, normal business income, because that is lower than 44A. You are not going to show 44A, you know. And how much you are going to show for your normal retail trade business? You are going to show 7 lakh 50. Both the incomes you are going to show as per normal provisions. Now out of this business incomes, can you claim unabsorbed depreciation of 1 lakh? Yes, absolutely you can do. But if you would have followed this presumptive basis, then that 1 lakh was not available as a set off. Will you remember this? So now do the total, do the needful. 9,70,000 should have been your total income. Just imagine how much complications they are creating in one question. It appears to be very easy, but what is to be done, bloody, we don't know only. Now they are telling, compute the taxable income of Mr. A and his tax liability also you are supposed to calculate. For the assessment year 25-26 with reasons for your computation, assuming that he exercised the option of shifting out. Okay, if he is exercising the option of shifting out, then 115 BSc Followed or not followed? Not followed. Now the tax rates will be normal tax rates. Apply the normal tax rate on the entire 9,70,000 because entire 970 is your normal income only. Hello, sir. So tell me, first 2,50,000, no tax. 250 to 5 lakh, 12,500. So nil plus 12,500 plus sir plus what? 5 lakh to 9 lakh 70 on that 470 20% tax. So 470 into 20% will be 94,000. Now can you calculate 12,500? 1,06,500. Okay, on that apply 4% now directly. No need to claim any rebate, no need to give any surcharge because the total income is more than 5 lakhs and the total income is not more than 50. So no surcharge, no rebate. Apply 4%. So 1,06,500 into 4%, 4260, 1,10,760. This should be your tax liability. And if you would have shown for any business, you would have shown what? Higher profits, no? As per presumptive provisions. So your total income would have been definitely higher and this tax would have also have been higher. As a chartered accountant, you are supposed to reduce the tax liability of your client, no? Or increase it? Reduce. How will you reduce? By allowing him to take the maximum benefits which he can take. We'll tell the client that, see, we'll show the presumptive incomes. We are going to pay more tax because the total income will be more. And plus the unabsorbed depreciation 1 lakh also there, no? We will not get the set off of that. So do one thing for both the businesses, since the profits are lower, no? We'll calculate normal PGBP income, will not show presumptive income, and the total income will be 970 only. And for that, we'll get the 1 lakh rupees of unabsorbed depreciation set off also. And ultimately our tax liability will be 1,10,760 only. In any other option, no, it would have been higher only. See, if you would have followed 320 here and 8,41,340. So 320 plus 8,41,340 still would have been, 1 minute, 3,20,000 plus 841,340. Still it would have been 11,61,340. And even if you would have taken the unabsorbed depreciation from 320, no? So still it would have been 10,61,340. So from 320, you take what? 1 lakh. Because that is normal. From that 1 lakh you can reduce. So that will become 220. That 220 and 8,41,000. Still it will be 10,61,340. More than 970. Hello, sir. Now do one thing. Don't take that 320. Take it 4,50,000. Presumptive income. Hello. Take that presumptive income and for this normal business, take 750. So that 4,50,000 plus 7,50,000 would have been still 12 lakhs. And out of that, if you would have taken 1 lakh from the normal business, no? So that 750 minus 1 lakh would have been 650. Still it would have been 11 lakhs. Still it would have been more than 970. So the best option is what? For both the businesses, claim normal profits only. Sure, no? So what I have done here, sir, see your transport business, no? Transport business and retail business, see, both normal you have taken. Normal is 320 and 750. Okay. What if for this you would have taken 44A? It would have been 450. Hello, sir. And it would have been 750. You would have taken normal only. What if you would have taken here 8,41,340 and here you would have taken 3,20,000? Getting my point? So 1 lakh would have been allowed from here, sir. Sir. 1 lakh would have been allowed from here. So this would have been 650. 1 lakh would have been allowed from here. So this would have been 2,20,000. So still pay attention. 6,50,000 plus 4 lakh 50, it would have been 11 lakhs. And 2 lakh 20 plus 8 lakh 41, 340. This would have been 10 lakh 61,340. Both the incomes would have been higher than this, 9 lakh 70. Getting my point? Hence, we did not take these two. Forget about showing presumptive profits for both the businesses. If you do that, you are one of the, weirdest person. If you are showing what? Both the profits as per presumptive. If you are following both the profits as per presumptive, meaning you are showing 450 here for transport business and 8 lakh 41 340 for your retail business. So your entire income, from none of the business income you would have got what? That 1 lakh rupees. Getting my point? So your income would have been highest in this case. 4 lakh 50 plus 8 lakh 41 340. 12 lakh 91,340. Even though doing this would have been a little bit more sensible. But we are not doing that also. Just imagine. If we can pay tax on 970, then why to bloody pay tax on 1061 340? If we can pay tax on 1061 340, why to pay tax on 11? If we can pay tax on 11, then why to pay tax on 12 lakh 91 340? Am I a mad person or what? So out of all these four options, which is the best option? Compute total income as per that option. Calculate the tax liability as per that option, which we have done. Hello, sir. Will you remember? How was this question? Interesting, no? Just 2 or 3 information and just see how interesting this question became. The question is not interesting. The person is interesting, making the question interesting. Hello, sir. Say thank you. Okay. So, now, question number 5. Question number 5. Very easy question. See, I have solved the question in front of you. Okay. Should I discuss? We'll discuss and finish. Okay, no? Come on. Mr. Aditya furnishes the following details for the year ended 31st March 2025. Loss from speculative business A, income from speculative business B. Can be adjusted from each other? Yes. So, if you adjust 5,000 from, if you adjust 25,000 from 5,000, still 20,000 will remain. Now, that speculation loss, you cannot set off. That speculation loss you cannot set off against any income, any business income or no other income. So that will be directly carried forward. Yes or no? Now, loss from specified business covered under 35D. There is no specified business profits. So directly carry forward this specified business loss. Hello, sir. Next one. Income from salary computed. Okay. Loss from let out property. Okay. So your loss from let out property is 2 lakh 50. Can it be set off against all the heads up to 2 lakhs? Yes. But for that you have to see that you are not following 115 BSC. See, are you following 115 BSC? Read the last line, second last line. You are not following 115 BSC. Meaning that this house property loss you can set off against any head, but to the extent of maximum 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh 50 was your loss. Can you set it off against your salary? Yes. Set off against the salary. Still 1 lakh rupees of salary will remain. And 50,000 rupees of this house property loss will remain, which you cannot set off against any other head. Now this will be carried forward. Hello, sir. The entire thing which I am speaking is in front of you. Do the same things which I have done. Hello, sir. Next one. Long-term capital gain. Income from trading business. That is 45,000. Okay. Now you have long-term capital gain on sale of urban land. You have long-term capital loss on sale of shares. Can you set off your long-term loss against long-term gain? Yes. So first 75,000 will be adjusted out of 2 lakh. Still your long-term gain will remain 1,25,000. Yes or no? Now long-term capital loss on sale of listed shares. So this is also a loss. Can this loss be still adjusted against that 1,25,000? Yes. Adjust that long-term loss against long-term gain. You don't have to see what type of under which section the gain was calculated. Long-term loss, any capital asset can be set off against long-term gain of any capital asset. Yes or no? So set off, you will get 23,000 long-term gain remaining. Now, do you have 23,000 long-term gain remaining? Yes. Do you have income from trading business? Yes. 45,000. Yes or no? Now see, loss from owning and maintaining racehorses pertaining to the assessment year 23-24. This year, do you have any income from activity of owning and maintaining racehorse? No. So this loss will not be set off in this year against any income. This will be directly carried forward. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Now, do you have a brought forward loss from trading business 5,000? Yes. Now that loss you are bringing forward in this year against your business income. See, you have 45,000 business income now. Against that, this loss will be set off. Now your business income remaining will be only 40,000 and this loss is gone, vanished. Okay. And both the losses are coming in this year. They are not time barred. Okay, no? Both are coming in this year, and if they are not getting adjusted in this year, they are going to get carried forward in the next year. Okay? Hello, sir. Now tell me, do you have salary? Yes, only 1 lakh remaining. House property entire gone. 50,000 loss carried forward. Do you have PGBP? Yes, 40,000 PGBP. There is any loss for PGBP which is carried forward? Yes, sir. Two losses. Speculation loss 20,000 will be carried forward and specified business loss 20,000 will be carried forward. Hello, sir. No business loss remaining. Normal business loss remaining. Okay, sir. Last year normal loss. Past years normal loss is already set off against this year's PGBP income. Getting my point? So now the PGBP income taxable will be 40,000. Done? Do you have a capital gain income? Yes, you have 23,000 rupees of capital gain income remaining. That is a long-term capital gain under section 112. Okay, sir. Now, do you have any other sources income? No. Add all of them, you are getting 1,63,000. That is your total income. Done? Now, what all losses can be carried forward? 20,000 speculation business loss, 20,000 specified business loss, 2,000 will be lost from an activity of owning and maintaining racehorse. These three losses can be carried forward to subsequent years. Yes or no, sir? Any other loss can be carried forward? No. This 50,000 loss of house property, that will also be carried forward. Write down there only. 50,000 house property loss can be carried forward. 4 losses will be carried forward to subsequent years. Done, sir? Mark this question important. Exam question. How many marks you know? Yes. Just imagine these kind of questions. The amounts were not exactly same. Amounts were a little bit different, but the same type of question came. Okay. Now pay attention. 6th question. Good question. This is also a good question. Mr. Garg, a resident individual, furnishes the following particulars of his income and other details for the previous year 24-25. Income from salary computed given. Income from business given 66,000. Long-term capital gain on sale of land 10,800. Okay, 10,800 is LTCG. Loss on maintenance of racehorses directly carry forward. Directly carry forward because this year you don't have any such income. So this will not be set off against any other income of this year. Directly carry forward. Loss from gambling. What you will do? IGNORE. No set off, no carry forward allowed. Directly ignore. So 15,000 will be carried forward and 9,100 will be ignored. Okay. Now they are saying the other details of unabsorbed depreciation and brought forward losses pertaining to the assessment year 24-25 are as follows. Assessment year 24-25 meaning last year only. Previous year 23-24. These are the losses for the last year only. Now they are brought forward in this year. Okay. Unabsorbed depreciation in this year now. Do one thing. Adjust your unabsorbed depreciation in the end. Have this habit of adjusting unabsorbed depreciation in the end. After you complete everything, no, then only adjust unabsorbed depreciation. Yes or no? Now, loss from speculative business. Do you have any speculative business income this year? If you would have any speculative business income this year, then this loss would have been set off in this year. So this loss will be carried forward to the next year. Next year will be the second year of carry forward. Yes or no? Next one. Do you have a short-term capital loss? 9,800. Yes. You have brought forward this short-term capital loss in this year. Can it be set off against this year's short-term gain? Yes. But do you have any short-term gain? No. Can it be set off against this year's long-term gain? Yes. Do you have any long-term gain? Yes. 10,800. You have no. Against that 10,800, set off this 9,800. So now the long-term gain remaining will only be 1,000. Hello, sir. Now the last thing is unabsorbed depreciation. Do you have unabsorbed depreciation? Yes. Can you carry forward? Yes. After carry forwards, it can be set off against business income or any other income except salary. So do you have business income this year? If brought forward business loss was there, no, that was supposed to be set off first and then unabsorbed depreciation. Fortunately, we don't have any brought forward business loss, so we can definitely set off the unabsorbed depreciation from our business income, which was how much? 66. Out of that if I set off how much? 11,000. Okay, but wait. Out of that, if I set off 11,000, so balance 55 will remain. But wait, what I have done, can I set off the unabsorbed depreciation against my any income? Against any income can I set off? So I will always try to reduce my that income on which I have to pay tax at special rates. See, business income is taxable at normal rates, no? Hello, sir. Business income is taxable at what rates? Normal rates. And if I set off the entire unabsorbed depreciation against my business income, what will happen? I am reducing my normal rate income. For that I get 2,50,000 basic exemption also. But if this loss can be adjusted against long-term gain, which is taxable at flat rate of 20%, 12.5%, no basic exemption limit also available from there. So I would first try to reduce that income, no. So if given an opportunity, always adjust it against those incomes which are chargeable at special rates, like long-term gain, short-term gain and all. Getting my point? So do you have 1,000 rupees of long-term gain? Yes. Adjust 1,000 out of this against long-term gain. Now unabsorbed depreciation 10,000 remaining. Now this 10,000 you can adjust from business income. Now your business income will remain 56,000. Hello sir. Everyone got it? Now somebody would have adjusted the entire 11,000 out of business income. Then also the answer is correct. No problem. But my logic is, if you can adjust it against any income and there is no preference given, there is nothing mentioned that you have to first adjust it against your business income only, then why would I adjust it against business income first? I would definitely adjust it against that income which is taxable at flat rate to save my those taxes, because from those incomes I don't get any basic exemption limit. Getting my point? And on those incomes flat rate of tax is payable. So always try to do the set off in the best possible manner which can give you the maximum possible benefit, but within the four corners of the law itself. Okay, no? Hello sir. Not beyond law. Okay, so tell me, 15,000, what is remaining? 15,000 salary remaining? Yes sir. 15,000 salary remaining, no? House property nil. Now your PGBP remains 56 only, not 55, 56. And no capital gain remains. 1,000 capital gain will not remain. If 1,000 capital gain remains, then the business income will be 55. Hello? And if no capital gain remains, because unabsorbed depreciation to the extent of 1,000 you have adjusted like me, hello, then your business income remaining will not be 55, it will be 56 only. Done sir? Total income will be 71 in both the cases. Whether you do as per your thing and whether you do as per my thing, it will be 71 only. And these losses will be carried forward. Done sir? Sure sir? Okay. Question number 7 we are solving. Following are the details relating to Mr. Srivatsan, a resident Indian, aged 57, relating to year ended 31st March 2025. Income from salary given 2,20,000. Loss from house property given 1,90,000. So can you set off the house property loss against salary income? Yes. If 115 BSc is not followed. Okay, no? So in the question, they are saying that in the next page, if you will see, he is not following 115 BAC. Okay. So you can set off this 1,90,000 loss against 2,20,000 salary. So your salary remaining will be 30,000 only. House property loss gone. Now under the head salary, your income will be 30,000. Now there is no other loss which can be set off against salary. Okay. So salary income will be 30. House property income will be nil. There was one loss which we already adjusted against salary income. Okay. Now Loss from cloth business is given and income from speculation business is given. Can you set off the loss of a normal business against a speculation income? The answer is yes. Reverse is not possible. Speculation loss cannot be set off against normal, but normal loss can be set off against speculation. Yes or no? So 2,40,000 loss is there, that you will set off against speculation income. So there will be 2,10,000 cloth business loss. Normal business loss will still remain. Now see, if you have any other business, income of any other business, from that income you can set off this loss. But you have other business, that is a specified business, but that business is also having a loss. Now this loss can be set off only against the income of any other specified business. Do you have any other specified business? The answer is no. So I will directly carry forward this loss of specified business as per section 73A. So as per 73A, I will carry forward this loss. Okay. Now I still have 2,10,000 loss of my normal business remaining with me, which can be set off against any head. Now the head is done. Now there are no businesses in my PGBP head. Still my PGBP head is showing 2,10,000 rupees of loss from my normal business. Now that loss of my PGBP, normal business loss, can be set off against any head except salary. Okay, so even if I am having salary income, from that I cannot set off this loss. Okay, now what I will do, I have a long term capital gain from sale of urban land. I have loss of card games also. So that card game losses I will directly ignore. They are my dead losses. I cannot set off, I cannot carry forward these type of losses. Okay, now income from betting, this is my winnings income. This will be my taxable income under the head IFOS. Yes or no? Taxable income under the head IFOS. So 45,000 will be my IFOS and capital gain is 2,50,000. Now do I have one loss of business loss of 2,10,000? That 2,10,000 can be set off against any head except salary. Can it be set off against long term capital gain? Yes. So against 2,50,000 I will set off this 2,10,000 loss and I will get 40,000 rupees of what? Long term capital gain. Now all the incomes are done, all the heads are done. Now there is life insurance premium, which is 45,000, that is 10% of the capital sum assured. So whatever is the capital sum assured of this policy, 10% of that 45,000 I am paying as what? Life insurance premium. So whenever the life insurance premium is paid, no guys, for that I get the deduction under section 80C. Yes or no? Now from this you are supposed to calculate the total income. Now pay attention. Salary I completed. Okay. So what was my income from salary? My income from salary was 30,000 only. Do I have income from house property? No. There was one loss which I set off and house property is nil. Now do I have PGBP income? No. I don't have any PGBP income. Okay. I have only one loss of 20,000 of specified business which will be carried forward under section 73A. As per 73A, this loss will be carried forward. Only one loss is there in my PGBP head. Now capital gain, I have long-term capital gain. Under the head capital gain, I have long-term capital gain still remaining with me, amounting to rupees 40,000, because after setting off the business loss of 2,10,000, long-term capital gain remaining was only 40. Done? No. Now tell me, is it a long-term gain on sale of listed equity shares on which STT is paid? No. So that is not a long-term gain under section 112A. This is my long-term capital gain under section 112, which is remaining with me. That is 40,000. And I am having IFOS also. IFOS is 45,000. That entire 45,000 is my winnings income. And I have one loss of card games, 32,000. That 32,000 is ignored. Loss from card games, yes or no? That is ignored. Any other loss do I have? No. Any other incomes I have? No. So my GTI calculated will be 1,15,000. Everyone getting this 1,15,000? So from this 1,15,000, I will get chapter 6A deduction. But if I claim chapter 6A deduction directly from this GTI, my answer will be wrong. Because in my GTI, winnings income is also there. In my GTI, long-term capital gain is also there. Against these two incomes, chapter 6A deduction is not available, if you remember. So what I'll do, I will reduce the LTCG. I will reduce the winnings income out of this, which was 40,000 and 45,000. Now 30,000 will still remain. Now this is my balance GTI against which I can claim chapter 6A deductions. Okay, now chapter 6A I have ATC, life insurance premium, that is 45,000. Do remember one thing, whenever your chapter 6A deductions you are going to claim from your balance GTI, remember after claiming chapter 6A deductions your total income cannot be negative. Meaning your chapter 6A deductions total cannot be more than your balance GTI. So how much is your balance GTI? 30 only. Out of 30, can you claim 45? Or your deductions will be restricted to 30 only. Deductions will be restricted to 30. So this or 30, whichever is lower. So 30,000 will be your deductions. Your balance GTI after chapter 6A deductions will remain nil. Now in this you will add your long-term capital gain again, and you will add your winnings income again. Long-term capital gain 40,000 you will add back, and 45,000 again you will add back, because these two incomes must be shown in your total income, yes or no? So now your total income will be 85,000. This will be your final income. Will you be able to, did you get this answer? Sure everyone? You must have to look at this last part, no? In the last part you must have committed some mistake. But other than that everything was okay? Perfect. Now pay attention. If somebody tells you to calculate the tax liability on this, will you be able to calculate that? Pay attention. I am solving now. Total income is how much? 85,000, no? Out of this, winnings 45,000, taxable at 30%, LTCG 112, 40,000. Do I have balanced total income? Do I have any balanced total income taxable at normal rates? No. If I am not following 115 BAC, normal tax rates will be applicable. Normal tax rates will be applicable now. So my basic exemption limit will be 2,50,000. Can I say entire basic exemption limit of 2,50,000 remaining unexhausted? If I earn anything up to 2,50,000 is not taxable, no? So 2,50,000 is my basic exemption limit, entire basic exemption limit remaining unexhausted. And did I tell you that you can adjust your unexhausted basic exemption limit against short-term gain 111A, long-term gain 112, long-term gain 112A? Did I tell you this? When? 50,000 years back, at the time when the dinosaurs were alive. That time I told you. Just now in the recent few lectures ago, I have told you this. So can you adjust this unexhausted basic exemption limit against your LTCG? Yes. You cannot adjust it against winnings. Against winnings you are supposed to pay 13,500. That is for sure. But against LTCG you have to pay now. You have to adjust now. In the question only it is given. Srivatsan is an individual. Srivatsan is a resident. If you are a resident individual, you have to pay tax because of these incomes in your total income. Otherwise, you are not liable to pay any tax. So whatever your basic exemption limit is there, which is unexhausted, that you can adjust against your long-term gain 112, long-term gain 112A, short-term gain 111A. So if you will forget all these things, you will not be able to solve the questions properly. Come on. So out of this 2,50,000, still 2 lakh will remain, 2,10,000 still will remain, because out of this 2,50,000 you are going to adjust 40,000 against long term capital gain. Now is there any long term capital gain remaining? No. Either 20% or 12.5%, any rate on this long term capital gain you apply, the tax will be nil. So here the tax will be, and here the tax will be, and now this will lapse. This cannot be adjusted against your winnings income. Even if you are having 2,10,000 of unexhausted basic exemption limit, that cannot be adjusted now. So now on this part of your total income, the tax liability will be your nil, because this is within the basic exemption limit only. Yes or no? Now 13,500 plus nil plus nil. Can I say your tax on total income? Is 13,500 only. Will you get any rebate out of this? Surcharge will not be added because the total income is not more than 50 lakhs. Will you get rebate? Yes. Why not? To claim the rebate, the assessee should be a resident individual. Is he a resident individual? Yes. And his total income should be less than or equal to 5 lakhs. Is it less than equal to 5 lakhs? Yes. So whatever tax he is calculating, that tax can be claimed as rebate up to maximum 12,500. Only one tax cannot be taken as rebate. Which tax? Tax on LTCG 112A. So 13,500 is not that tax. Any other tax, even if it is a tax on winnings, can be claimed as rebate. Hello sir. So less rebate 87 है, 13,500 or 12,500, whichever is lower. 12,500. So 1,000 will be your tax on total income. After rebate. On this you will add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. 40. Your gross tax liability. Just copying the things will not help you out. Whatever you are learning, you have to apply these concepts. Without the application, no magic will happen. Tell me, out of these things, anything which I have not taught you and it is done. No, I have taught you everything. So correct time, correct things should click your mind. So always apply your mind, that how sir used to calculate the total income. Sir used to calculate like this. When sir used to calculate the tax liability, sir used to split the total income into some parts. So do it in that way, no? Tax liability 1040. This is not the tax which you are supposed to pay. Out of gross tax liability, you get some TDS credit. You get the tax credit of advance tax. So do you have any TDS? Yes. On winnings, 45,000, which was more than 10,000. TDS would have been deducted, no? Yesterday only in few questions we have done. Hello, sir. Less TDS on winnings. So on 45,000, 30% TDS would have been deducted. That is 13,500. So 13,500 minus 1040 will give you 12,416 negative. This is your refund due. No tax liability for this year. Rather, you are eligible to get the rebate. If these type of calculations they will ask you, you'll go mad in the exam. 85,000, no sir, not more than basic exemption limit. Many of the people will say, sir, 85,000, no, not more than basic exemption limit, no tax, sir. So for what reason I have made all these calculations? Your examiners are very smart in the exam, I am telling you. Be very careful. You are not going to appear for your BCom exams. You are appearing for your professional exam. So your preparations should be like that. You should be active. Come on. 7th question is done. Now let's solve 8th one. 8th one is also good question. Mr. Rajat submits the following information for the financial year ending 31st March 2025. He decides to pay tax under the default tax regime under section 115 BSC. So he is paying tax under default tax regime 115 BSC, meaning if there is any house property loss, now to the extent of 2 lakh, it will not be adjusted against any other head, but its inter-source adjustment will still happen. That loss can be set off within the same head against the profit of any other house property, yes or no? So can you see 2 house properties are there? Yes. So under the head house property, loss of one house property will be set off against income of other house property. So 42,000 will be your house property head income. Okay. Salary is not given. House property head 42,000. Your final income from house property head will be 42,000. Now under the head PGBP, no, they have tried to make some complications. A, B, C and D. 4 businesses are given. The last business, can you see share of profit in a firm in which he is a partner? So there is a partnership firm in which he is a partner. That partnership firm is also his business. That partnership firm is giving him what? Giving him share of profit. And did I tell you, any share of profit coming from the partnership firm is not a taxable income. It is a fully exempt income, 10(2)(a). So that 16,550 will be an exempt income. Will not be taxable at all. You are not supposed to show this 16,550 in the computation of your total income. Fully exempt. Now 3 businesses are there. One is textile business, second is chemical business, and the third one is leather business. Leather business is giving you a profit for this year. Can you see 1 lakh rupees? So that 1 lakh will be your PGBP income, profit from normal business. Now in the second business, chemical business, which you closed long back. In March 2022 only you have closed that business. That business is no more in existence in this year. So this year there is no profit, no loss from this business, because this year this business does not exist only. But there were some bad debts of this business which were allowed in the past. Now you are recovering those bad debts. So can I say, even if the business is not in existence in this year, any recovery of the bad debts of the business will be always taxable as deemed PGBP income, even if the business is not in existence. So now I am getting the second business income, 35,000. Yes or no? So one business income is 1 lakh, second business income is 35,000. These 2 business incomes I have. Now see, chemical business, I have a loss of assessment year 21-22, meaning previous year 2021 loss I have, which I will bring in this year. Hello sir. 2021 loss was there. So 21-22, 22-23, 23-24 and 24-25. This is the fourth year. This loss will be brought forward to the fourth year. Now in this year it can be set off only against business income. Do I have business income? Yes, 1 lakh plus 35,000. I have 1 lakh 35,000. Against that I can set off. But wait. I have one more business loss of earlier years. See, I have loss of textile business of assessment year 2021, meaning previous year 1920. So previous year 1920, the first year was 2021, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24 and 24-25. This is the fifth year in which the loss is carried forward. So which is the oldest loss? Oldest loss is chemical business loss or oldest loss is textile business loss? Textile business loss. That I will set off first. But wait, the priority of this set off will come only after setting off the current year losses. First I will have to adjust the current year depreciation. Then I will have to adjust the current year capital expenditures on scientific research and family planning. Then current year business loss I will adjust against my business income. Hello sir. Then after setting off the current year business income, I will set off other heads income, other heads losses, current year losses of other heads. Then profit remains, then I will adjust the brought forward business losses. So you cannot directly set off 50,000, you cannot directly set off 95,000. First you will have to do the current year adjustments. So is there any unabsorbed depreciation? Is there any current year depreciation? No. Current year capital expenditure? No. Current year other business losses? Yes, you have one business loss of textile business. See, textile business you have discontinued in this year. And this year textile business is giving you a loss of 40,000. So the first priority you will give to this loss. So out of 1 lakh plus 35,000, 1 lakh 35,000 of your business income, you will first adjust the business loss of 40,000. Now the 95,000 profit will remain. 95,000 profit which is remaining right now. Now against this, loss of any other head has to be set off. Loss of other heads not there, sir. Current year loss of other heads not there, sir. So now I will set off the brought forward business losses, but the oldest one first. Which is the oldest one? 95,000 is oldest one or 50,000 is oldest one? 95,000. So first I will adjust 95, and fortunately my income remaining is also 95. Out of 135, 40,000 I have set off the current year loss. So out of 1 lakh plus 35,000 I will set off 40,000 first. Then 95 will remain. Out of that 95 I will reduce this 95. Now entire business income wiped out. Now if there was some business income, I would have been able to set off this 50,000 loss, brought forward business loss. But I don't have any other business income. Yes or no? So now this loss cannot be set off against any other head income or any other income. If I don't have any business income this year, now this loss will be carried forward to the next year. This was the fourth year, it will be carried forward to the fifth year now. Yes or no? Will you remember this? So my PGBP head will become 0. The entire question has this thing only, which was complicated and which was actually not complicated. We know everything. We have to, just remember and do the things accordingly. Hello sir. Now tell me, this 50,000 will be carried forward. 16,550 is not your income for this year. Not a taxable income, exempt income. Now do you have capital loss? Yes. Long-term capital loss you are having, which you cannot set off against short-term gain. So you will directly carry forward this long-term capital loss also. So this year your short-term capital gain remaining will be 60 and your capital gain head total will be 60. Okay. Now contribution to LIC towards premium. That ATC you will take that deduction. But remember, if you follow 115 BSc, you cannot claim chapter 6A deductions. So even if this is allowable under ATC, still it will not be allowed as deduction. Why? Because chapter 6A deductions are not available if you follow 115 BSc. So now what will happen? Salary head, there was no salary head, nil. House property, 42,000. Against this, there was no loss which was supposed to be set off. Yes or no? PGBP head, I took 1,35,000 as my income. First I set off 40,000 current year business loss. Then I set off brought forward business loss 95,000. Entire 95 gone. Now there is no business income remaining. So this 50,000 was carried forward. My PGBP had 0. Now capital gain, I have only one income. Short term capital gain of 60,000. IFO said I don't have any other income. So if I total, I'll get 1,02,000. Out of this 1,02,000, will I be able to claim chapter 6A deduction? The answer is no. Done. Over. 1,02,000 will be my total income. Easy or difficult? Easy, no? Okay. Now, ninth question. Ninth question did I give to solve? Did I tell you to solve? Did you try ninth question? Okay. See, Miss Geeta, a resident individual, provides the following details of her income or losses for the year ended 31st March 2025. Salary received as a partner from a partnership firm. From a partnership firm, if you receive share of profit, then the share of profit is exempt. If you receive salary, so that salary is an expense for the partnership firm. To the extent it is allowed in the hands of partnership firm, to that extent it will be treated as your PGBP income partner. So Mr. Partner, how much amount you are having as salary? 7,50,000. This cannot be your employer-employee relationship. This cannot be your salary income. No. Even if it is given on the name of salary, it cannot be taxed under the head salary. This is your PGBP income. There was a specific charge which said that if you are a partner earning salary from a partnership firm, so it will be taxable as your PGBP income only, but to the extent allowed in the hands of the firm. So they are saying the same was allowed to the firm, meaning that entire 750 was allowed to the firm. Now that entire 750 will be taxable for you as your PGBP income. So you have 7,50,000 PGBP income. Yes or no? Hello? Now, loss on sale of shares listed in BSE. Listed shares you are selling. And by selling the listed shares, you are having 3 lakh rupees of loss. Hello? Shares were held for 15 months. So if you are holding these shares for 15 months, meaning more than 12 months, the shares are short term or long term? Long term. So the loss is long term or short term? Long term loss. This long term loss can be set off against any long term gain. So do you have any long term gain? Yes. On sale of land, 5 lakh you are having. So this 3 lakh will be set off against 5 lakh. Now still 2 lakh rupees of long term gain will remain. Understanding? Now pay attention. 51,000 received in cash from friends in party. So there was one party in which your friends gave you some cash gift, 51,000. Will it be taxable as your IFOS income? Yes, entire 51,000 taxable as IFOS. 55,000 being dividend income. So that dividend income is also your IFOS income. So you have two IFOS income now, 51 and 55. Now they are saying brought forward business loss of assessment year 23-24, meaning previous year 22-23, amounting to 12,50,000. Now if you'll carry forward this loss, can you carry forward this loss to 24-25? Yes, 22-23, the loss was for 22-23. First year carry forward was 23-24. This is the second year carry forward. Can you carry forward this loss, business loss to this year? Yes. Now this business loss will be set off only against business income of the current year. Do you have any business income in the current year? Yes, you have that 7,50,000 business income. Against that, you will set off that 12,50,000. So this entire PGBP income will be wiped off. Now there will be 5 lakh rupees of loss still remaining. Now this 5 lakh rupees of loss, business loss, which you have brought forward, this cannot be set off against any other income during this year. It will be set off only against business income. Do you have any other business income now? No. So this entire 5 lakhs will be now carried forward as per section 72 in the next year, and the next year will be the third year in which it will be carried forward. Yes or no? So do you have salary? No, nil salary. Do you have house property? No, nil house property. Do you have PGBP? No, it was there, but entire PGBP set off against your loss, brought forward business loss. Yes or no? Do you have capital gains? Yes, you have capital gains income of 2 lakh rupees. Still this 2 lakh rupees is remaining. Now this 2 lakh rupees which is remaining is your long term capital gain on sale of urban land, which will be taxable under section 112. Hello friends. Now, do you have any IFRS income? Yes, you have IFRS income of 1,06,000, 51,000 plus 55,000, 1,06,000 IFRS income. Now, can you calculate your GTI? Yes, sir, very easy. 2 lakh plus 1 lakh 6,000 will give you 3 lakh 6,000. This is your GTI. Now, do you have any chapter 6 deduction? No. Then this will be your total income also. Now, if they are telling you to calculate the tax liability on this, will you be able to do it? Wait, I will solve now. Wait. Total income calculated is 3 lakh 6. Hello, sir. Does it have LTCG under section 112 amounting to 2 lakhs? Yes, sir. What is your balanced total income? Come on, tell me. 1,06,000, no? Are you following 115 BSc or not following 115 BSc? Check the question. Nothing is mentioned. Nothing is mentioned in the question that whether you are following 115 BSc or not. So you can take any assumption. Okay. So take the assumption that you are not following 115 BSc. Okay. Or you want to take following 115 BSc. What assumption you want to take? We can take any assumption, no? So we'll assume that assessee is following 115 BSc. Let's assume he is following 115 BSc. So under 115 BSc, what are the tax rates? Up to 3 lakhs, there is no tax, no? So basic exemption limit is 3 lakhs. So if I say 3 lakh is the basic exemption limit, do you have any agriculture income given in the question? No, na? If agriculture income would have been given, we would have done partial integration. So you are lucky that agriculture income is not there. Okay, no? Now tell me, will you have any unexhausted basic exemption limit remaining? Yes. 3 lakh minus 1 lakh 6,000 will give you 1 lakh 94,000. This is your unexhausted basic exemption limit. Can you set off against the long-term gain? Yes or no? But wait. In the question, please check. Geeta is a resident individual paying tax only because of this long-term gain. Otherwise, she was not supposed to pay tax. Then this unexhausted basic exemption limit can be adjusted. Yes or no? If I would have been your examiner, I would have given Geeta is a non-resident. So if Geeta is non-resident, unexhausted basic exemption limit cannot be adjusted. But in our question, Geeta is a resident. Yes or no? So unexhausted basic exemption limit can be adjusted. So adjustment. So this 1,94,000 will be adjusted over here. Tell me, 6,000 remaining. On that, 20% tax. Let's assume that the transfer was made prior to 23rd July. Okay, no. So if no date of transfer is given, they are not saying that when the urban land was sale of urban land, when the land was sold, we cannot say that when it was sold. So we will have to assume that it was sold prior to 23rd July. Accordingly, 20% will be the tax rates. Okay. Now 6,000 into 20% will be 1,200. And here your tax will be nil. So can you add both these taxes? This is your tax on total income, 1,200. Will you get any rebate? Surcharge will not be there, but rebate will be there, no? Because my total income is still less than 7 lakh. Wait. If you are following 115 BSc, for rebate you will check 7 lakhs. And if you are not following 115 BSc, for rebate you will check 5 lakhs. Sure, no? So are you following 115 BSE? Yes, in the question I have told you, no, that we have assumed that he is following 115, she is following 115 BSE. So the total income, check 7 lakh. Is it less than 7 lakhs? Yes. So will you get the rebate? Yes. How much? Entire tax or maximum 25,000. To the extent of 25,000 you get rebate under 115 BSE. Yes or no? So either the tax of 1200 or 25,000, whichever is lower. So 1200 will be the rebate. How much will be the tax after rebate? That is nil. And on that add 4% health and education cess. That will be nil. So your final tax liability will be nil. Will you be able to do this? Now the same calculation if I do, assuming that 115 BSE is not followed. So instead of basic exemption limit 3 lakh, I'll write 2 lakh 50. Hello, what I'll write here? Here I'll write if 115 BSE is not followed. Okay, no. So here I'll write 2 lakh 50. If I write 2 lakh 50, then here it will be how much? 1 lakh 44, 44, 1 lakh 44. Yes or no? 144 will be adjusted out of this 2 lakhs. So if you adjust 1 lakh 44 out of 2 lakhs, you will get 56,000 over here. On that you will apply 20%. So how much will be 20% of 56,000? 20% of 56,000 will be 11,200. That 11,200 will come here and that will go for rebate. Why? Because the total income is not more than 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs. So 11,200 or 12,500. Here you will write 12,500. So 11,200 or 12,500, whichever is lower. So 11,200 will go for rebate. Will there be any tax? No. The final answer will be nil there also. Getting my point, everyone? So this was your question number 9. Now the last question. This is very easy question. Very easy. Compared to the last 3 questions, no, this is very easy. Okay. Now, Mr. P is a resident individual, furnishes the following particulars of his income and other details for the previous year 2024-25. Income from salary calculated, given. Net annual value of the house property is given. Please mark this important. They have given you net annual value of the property. This is not the final income of the house property. You will have to first calculate the final income of the house property. So net annual value is 70,000. 30% of that will be 21,000. Reduce that. You are going to get house property income 49,000. Yes or no? So don't take 70,000. Take 49,000 as house property income. First the income should be calculated first. Yes or no? Then income from business is given 80,000. Then income from speculative business is also given. Long-term capital gain on sale of land is also given. Loss on maintenance of racehorse. Directly carry forward this because there is no such income in this year. So this type of loss cannot be set off against any other income. It will be directly carried forward. Now you are having loss from gambling. Directly ignore this loss. So one loss will be carried forward. Another loss will be ignored. Correct? No? Now depreciation allowable under the Income Tax Act 1961 comes to 8,000 for which no treatment is given above. So first you will have to give the treatment of depreciation. So do you have any business income? Yes sir. You have 80,000 business income. Yes or no? So from this 80,000 you will reduce the current year depreciation of 8,000. So 72,000 business income will still remain. Yes sir. 72 business income will still remain. Now other details of unabsorbed depreciation and brought forward losses pertaining to assessment year 23-24, meaning previous year 22-23. Last to last year these losses were there. So unabsorbed depreciation was there. We will adjust it in the last. Okay, no? Then loss from speculative business is there. Do you have any speculative business income this year? Yes. You have speculative business income, no, 12,000. Against that 12,000, this loss will be set off. So 12,000 is gone and this 16,000 will be 4,000 now. Now this is carried for this speculation business loss of earlier year which you have carried forward in this year. Now this will be set off against this year's speculation business income. After setting off, there is still 4,000 loss remaining, which cannot be adjusted against any other income. So this 4,000 will be carried forward to the next year. And wait, this was the loss for 22-23. Carried forward for 23-24, carried forward for 24-25. In 24-25, second year, it was carried forward and could be set off to the extent of 12,000. So now this 4,000 will be carried forward for the third year, meaning the next year. Okay, no? Now, short-term capital loss you are having. How much? 7,800. Can you set off that short-term loss against your long-term gain? Can you set it off against short-term gain? Yes. Do you have any short-term gain? No. Can you set off against long-term gain? Yes. Do you have long-term gain? Yes. Set off against the long-term gain. So how much is the long-term gain? 15,800. Out of that 7,800 you will adjust. So this 7,800 will be washed out and 15,800 will become 8,000. Now this is the long-term capital gain still remaining. Okay. Now they are saying compute the GTI and amount of loss that can or cannot be carried forward. Now you have unabsorbed depreciation of 9,000. Now the unabsorbed depreciation of earlier years can be carried forward in this year. Yes. That can be set off against business income or any other income except a salary. So do you have business income? Yes. You have 72,000 rupees of business income still remaining with you. Against that, can you set off that 9,000? Yes. Against that, please set off 63,000 business income will still remain. Hello? If there was no business income then that unabsorbed depreciation could have been set off against any income except salary. But since we had business income, we utilized the business income. Wait. Do you have 8,000 rupees of long-term capital gain? In my last lecture only I have told you that if given an opportunity, always try to reduce your incomes which are taxable at flat rates. So instead of setting off that against your business income, you could have set off against the long-term capital gain of 8,000 also. So 9,000 will be set off against 8,000. So this entire 8,000 will go away. Hello sir. And still 1,000 unabsorbed depreciation will remain. That you can set off against 72,000. Hello. So now instead of 63, it will be 71,000 here. Getting my point, sir? Everyone understood? So what will happen now? See, in the exam, in this question, no, ICAI has done what? See, I'll tell you what ICAI has done. This was your 10th question, no? ICAI has adjusted that unabsorbed depreciation against your business income. See. So against that also if you are doing, then it is also correct. And against your long-term gain you set off 8,000 and the balance 1,000 you bring here and you set off that 1,000 from here, and here instead of 63, 71 will remain. That is also correct. Getting my point, everyone? But right now it is not going to make any difference. So set off against whatever income you want. If you want to set off against business income, set off against business income. Yes or no? So tell me, 1,38,000 will remain. How, sir? See, I have set off all the losses of current year as well as earlier years. Okay, no? So salary income, this year salary income was how much? 18,000. That will stay as it is. This year house property income will be 49,000. Remains as it is. This year PGBP head, I had an income of 80,000. Against that, I have adjusted the losses and unabsorbed depreciation, and that remains 63,000. Yes or no? This year my capital gain was how much? Capital gain was 15,800. Against that I have set off the short-term losses. So it remains 8,000. So 8,000 will be my long-term gain. And there is no IFOS head. So this will be 1,38,000. Got it, sir? What is 71K? Okay, that too, PGBP, correct. Did you understand this entire part? So this was your last question in ICAI study mat which we have solved. Okay, and with this, the chapter of set off and carry forward comes to an end.